It's such a process if you want to eat healthy. I'm not going to lie, to eat healthy takes a lot of effort. And that's why I think people don't do it, because they don't have the time, the energy to do it. And I totally get that, because sometimes I don't either. So I try, trust me, I don't always, to really organize my fridge and snacks and having food for Clay, my son, at eye level, so when he comes home he can just grab it and, you know, eat that instead of grabbing something like this, because there's nothing else that he can see readily available to him to eat. But that also takes a lot of time and a lot of process. So I'm going to show you how I do it today. Now, you saw me earlier cleaning out the fridge. Now I'm just kind of cutting up little snacks that he can have, and I'm going to put them in a glass jar. So in this glass jar, actually I might do a big one. So just make sure that your glass jar is really dry and clean. Now they do say to keep your veggies, like cut up carrot, cut up cucumber, all that sort of stuff, fresh for longer, is to put water, like add it into the jar and then fill it up with water. I've never done that before. I'm assuming you would have to clean the water every day. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not, or if I just want to have it airtight. I don't know. I'm going to add some carrot into that as well. Pumpkins, what's that called? Pineapple, I keep on the bench, as well as any foods that need more ripening, like the pawpaw, that's going on the bench. Obviously, the only problem with having stuff on the bench, and I get a lot of this, is fruit flies. The absolute mongrels they are. They get into everything and it's super annoying. So I got to keep an eye on that. All right, what else am I going to show you? Now, if I ever buy kale, I don't eat a lot of kale like this, fresh. I would rather throw it in my smoothies or like chop it up in salads and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, so that it doesn't go bad, is I'm going to take half out, some really nice greeny good bits. Not that much. And I'm going to put that in a little jar in the fridge, and then the not so good bits, a couple of yellow bits, I'm going to chop up and add it to my freezer mix for smoothies and stuff like that. So those bits there, I just literally chop suey. Now I've got little containers. In my freezer, I collect these berry bags because we go through berries like you wouldn't believe. I should have another one. Yeah, so I collect these bags, and then what I do is I wrap them up, the kale, in individual portions with some baking paper, so I can just throw that in my smoothie, and then that goes in the bag. Really easy, simple way of getting some fruit and veg in to a smoothie, or, I mean, you could add that into pasta sauce, spaghetti bolognese, you know, a stew, a soup, anything like that. I've found that to be the best way, and then I don't waste the kale because no one wants to eat raw kale. I'm sure lots of people like it, but it's not really one of my favourite things. Kale does have an amazing amount of probiotics to it though, like especially organic kale. So if you can get some kale in directly off the plant itself, there are more good bacteria on that than the tablet you buy from the chemist, that's for sure. And then this one will go in a little jar. Is that too small? Maybe cut them off. Perfecto. That'll go in there and add some fresh water to that. So I'll use this because it's easier. And then I'm going to take you for a little tour of my fridge to show you the rest of the things that I do. Now, plastic containers, I hate them. However, if we ever go to sushi or whatever, those sort of places, and you get your plastic containers, I bring them home and I reuse them for this sort of stuff, which is like spinach and whatnot. Especially the bowls, they're the best. And as much as I don't like using the plastic, they do come in handy every now and then. So there you go, there's my spinach that I will use fresh over whatever I'm cooking for the day. And I'll show you what I'm cooking for myself for lunch as well. So I'll definitely use a bit of that too. Yep. The chickens next door are gonna have a ball today with all this good stuff. Bits and pieces will go back in the fridge on their own. That's all going to the chickens. That's all bags I will reuse. I hang on to these bags, even though they're dirty and whatnot, because when I make juices, I just put a bag in the, tray collector, and all of the pips and whatnot, what's it called? Stuff from the rind and stuff goes in there, and then I can throw it out. Where are the lids? Found one. And then when you find a lid, it's like a jackpot. Out of sight, out of mind. So biscuits and things like that, I put them in a container that you cannot see through. Therefore, my husband and my son won't necessarily go for them straight away because they can't see them. And it's definitely a boy thing. If you can't see something, it's not there. Okay, I also in my fridge have a bits of this and bits of that container. I don't even know where that came from. Somehow I collected that somewhere. I've got noodles. Usually, yes, you would keep your noodles in the cupboard, but I find they stay fresher for longer in the fridge. So do Weet-Bix, so do breakfast cereals. They all stay longer in the fridge. Tip. And then all the bits that don't fit anywhere else go in the Bitzer tray. Alright, I'm done now. So, voila. This is a really good looking fridge that my fridge does not look like this all of the time. As I said, I've done a lot of preparation. I cleaned out the fridge. I've reorganized it. I've got extra storage. I've done all that sort of thing because I myself am trying to really eat more clean. I eat pretty clean, but I also don't. I like a lot of wheat, grains, I eat a bit of dairy, and I've noticed my gut's a bit funny at the moment, so I'm really trying to clean it out by having more fruit and veg and just getting some more good bacteria in there. So I know that if my fridge looks like this, I will eat like this. Whatever you see is how you feel. Whatever you are looking at, you are consuming. So when I look at this, all I want to do is eat like this. Good tip. All right, what do we got? Now because we eat so much fruit and veg, I organize my fridge quite differently in the fact that down the bottom here is where all of the sauces and things like that are. So we've got pickles and your sauces, your soy sauces, olives, bone broths, all that sort of thing is down there. I just find that takes up. I mean, to me, having fruit and veg just in here is not enough space. So I saw this little hack and I thought it was really good. So that served me well. Then I've got my bits of tray, like I said before, bits of this and bits of that. Just things that I'm going through. I've got the greens tray, so in here I've got your broccoli, I've got zucchini, Brussels sprouts. I've just lined that. With a tea towel so it doesn't get yucky, and it's literally just like a serving dish underneath there. So that's in there. Now, that was the spinach. Now, I found these little baskets today at a op shop, at a Salvation Army op shop, and they're really cool little nifty things. So I've got my little jacket potatoes in here. I'm actually going to need some of those. Oh no, I don't. I've got sweet potato. So yeah, I've got my little jacket potatoes in here. I love these little ones because I can grab a handful, wash them, throw them in the oven, and they are brilliant for lunches and things like that. I've got carrots, I've got red onion, which I'm going to use for lunch, some beetroot, that's in there. And I know my son, he loves carrots, so he'll probably just grab a carrot from there. I've got a basket that we usually put breads and things like that in. I've got heaps of rice crackers in here. Once again, this is the problem. My husband and son, if they don't see it, they don't know it's there. So, we don't have any rice crackers. We do. You just have to look inside something. It's not right here. Okay, what else? I've got some custard apple, another eggplant, cauliflower on the back. I've got a tub of apples. Now in the back, behind the apples, is a biscuits. So they can't see those. Now in the front, I have got all the kind of snacks. That is a tub full of celery that I've pre-cut up, ready to go for juices and things like that. Watermelon, I'm going to cut that up and do exactly the same thing and put it in a tub on top. Just haven't got to that yet. Here are those snacks I was talking about. You can literally just come in and grab a snack out of those two bottles, glass jars. I got these from the op shop today for like $1.50, $2 each. Perfect. And then I've got all my greens here. So I've got the kale, I've got cilantro, what's the other word for it? Forget. I've got parsley and some little shallots that were going wilted, so I've just chopped the ends off and put them in a bit of water, and they're already spruiking up. So they will last longer in a glass jar with a little bit of water as well. And that is my fridge. In the door, I've just got leftover bits that don't fit in there. I don't like putting things too far in the back of my fridge. One, because I feel like it freezes them. Even though I've got my fridge on like the least cold, I still feel like the cold air down the back freezes them, especially in winter now. So I'd rather just put things up the front like this. Oh, fucking fly. Seriously. Yeah, I'd rather put things up the front like this and not have them in the back. So I've got some biscuits here, fruit. I've got some little snacks that Clay can have as soon as he comes home. He doesn't even have to open the glass jar. He can just eat one of these, which I'm going to have right now. Same as that. He can just grab a cucumber. I've got my garlics and turmeric and things like that in there. All the dairy options, that's all the dairy or animal products that I have in my fridge, which is eggs, a little bit of cheese, butter, and then I've got nuts, coconut, yogurt, avocados. Yeah, that's it really. Rice milk, stock, and that's my fridge. And I want to eat all of it just because it looks so good. So I've just taken the eggplant that I've roasted with hummus on top out of the skin. I'm not really a skin person. I'm going to add some avocado to that. Just a quarter of an avo. Some fresh tomato. Some of those little bits that I took out of the fridge. I'm going to cut all those up. So I'm adding some grated carrot because I like whole carrot, but I actually prefer grated carrot. I've added some cucumber and capsicum in there as well. Grated carrot just is yummy when you add in like vinegar to it. Just fried up some broccoli, mushrooms, onion, and I added a little bit of soy sauce and some coconut yogurt to that. Definitely overcooked that. I also overcooked these, which are some little sweet potato chips, but crispy is always good. It's alright. I roasted some garlic, so that will go in there too. That is my lunchy. I'm gonna add some dukkha onto that, which is sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, salt, pumpkin seeds, and spices. Also going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar to the tomato and the carrot. But it just spilt everywhere. I'm a messy cook. Some olives, because I love them. What else? And a little bit of hummus. Plop. On there as well. And that's it. Oh my god, how good does that look? Seriously, come on. Would you eat that? Look at that. So good. All the flavors. Good for your body, good for your gut, good for your brain. Just takes a bit of preparation. Once you've got the preparation, this is easy to slap together. That was delicious. Now let's see how many servings of fruit and veg I had. I had carrot, veggie. I had onion, vegetable. I had sweet potato, vegetable, and I had broccoli. And yes, broccoli. That is 4 veggies, 4 vegetables. Fruits, I had eggplant, avocado, olives, tomato, cucumber, and capsicum. 6. And you might be thinking, hang on a second, eggplant is a vegetable. Olive is a vegetable. Nope. Anything with a seed in it is actually classified as a fruit. So your olives, your cucumbers, your capsicum, your eggplant. Eggplants have seeds in them as well. So, yeah, interesting little fact that I was like, all these people think they're eating heaps of veggies and they bag fruit. But most of the stuff you're eating is actually fruit, and fruit is very, very, very good for you.